And nowadays, with the new AI revolution, you can of course also by filming people, you can extract a lot of their faces. You can extract attention, if they are still attending the screen or not. Are they feeling emotions? Are they engaged? Do they speak to their neighbor? So we have developed a software where we can measure up to 200 and more people in parallel that are watching a movie or a trailer or advertising in cinema, and when we can deduct at what times people are reacting, is a joke, is it joking or not, etc.
Hi, Yele, and welcome to our conversation. So, you're doing something really interesting with understanding people's psychology and personality using cameras, using technology. Tell us about it and then convince me that it won't be put to negative use.
Yes, I try. No, maybe a little bit first about my background. So I'm an experimental psychologist. I did a lot of fundamental research in psychology where we measure mental processes and people's behavior with instruments. Of course, after 10 years in the basements of the universities, I wanted to do something more impactful for society. And then, of course, in my collaboration with Brightfish, which is linked to the cinema in Belgium, so I'm from Belgium, we have a long history of collaborating together. So we use technologies like mobile eye tracking, wearables on cinema audiences to see how people react, how in order to improve advertising, give feedback to creatives about how their audiences react. And that's all very fine, but it's very time consuming because you have to attach all these hardware. It's also very expensive because you have to have all this hardware to attach to people. And nowadays, with the new AI revolution, you can of course also by filming people, you can extract a lot of their faces. You can extract attention, if they are still attending the screen or not. Are they feeling emotions? Are they engaged? Do they speak to their neighbor? So we have developed a software where we can measure up to 200 and more people in parallel that are watching a movie or a trailer or advertising in cinema, and when we can deduct at what times people are reacting, is a joke, is it joking or not, etc. Of course, in our settings, people always approve and agree that we film them, so it's always in a research context still, and people know that it's in order to improve advertising or to improve trailers. So we have consent of all the people, and we also only use object detection, so face detection algorithms and not recognition. So we can never pinpoint an emotion to an individual. So that's important, and in that sense, it's safe. And also we respect the privacy of the people that we are measuring. But indeed, there are, of course, like I read somewhere, is that it's a nice quote that new technologies offer new responsibilities, require new responsibilities. So all new technologies can be used for the good and for the bad. But of course, we focus on the good. We want to have the full potential of the new technologies, but there has to be indeed some regulation that it's not used for the bad. But all right. If that's an answer to your question.
So tell us, where do you see this technology really going, and how soon do you think it will actually become mainstream?
So that's. Yes, predicting the future is very difficult, especially nowadays, where every week there's a new, very intelligent AI model, general model that can be used, and it's very easy to use it now. But still, indeed, in filming, the technology that I use in filming people and extracting features of that, it is already easy to implement nowadays. So you don't have to train your own face models anymore. So you have these nice face models of Amazon, Google, Apple. So all these big companies, they offer that. They have these trained models. So it's more about how you implement them. That's the work. So the training is already done. And I think the technology is ready. It's more about the society. Is a society already ready to use that? So I think with nice use cases and offering also advantages to the people that you measure, you can create that new perspective, and also the bigger audience then will also approve that. Because in the Apple phones there is face detection. It's already happening. It's not for the future. It's already happening. We are just not always aware of it anymore because it's so fluent. It's so well integrated in some systems already. Yeah.
So what have you discovered in the sense that like where have you implemented this technology where it has really, where it has made a difference in real world scenario? Has it been implemented somewhere where your work has been implemented and you have seen some impact?
Yeah, so the impact, in a way, it's what we do is we with this technology we optimize trailers, movies we didn't do yet, but it would be possible, and advertising. So what you can do is if a creative agency, they create an ad that is supposed to be funny for a specific audience, the audience that is in the cinema hall watching that exact movie. So it's a specific audience. You want to maximize the impact, maximize the impact of the advertising. Then you can really pinpoint and you can really quantify how strong the audience reacts to it compared to a benchmark that we have. So we tested already more than 20. We test more than 20 ads per session that we do. We have a big benchmark, so we can compare. Okay, if that is a funny advertising, we can say, okay, how funny was it? Is it in the top 10% or not? And that's a very nice and interesting feedback for creatives to see. Okay, is my joke, is it funny enough? Because at the office everybody found it funny, but it's very difficult as a creative also to think how a specific audience, especially if it's not in the same profile as the creative, if it's another gender or another age group or another region, and that's something that is a very useful tool to work with. So I think that's the impact that we can have at this moment. In the future, if this would be integrated, and we're not there yet, but if this would be integrated, it would give an extra analytics. If you, for example, you want to check a movie and you want to check a real fun movie, if you can see the line during the movie where people reacted and how strong they reacted and how much they laughed in a certain, then you can really decide based on that graph what movie you should go watching for your profile. So it offers a way to give more individual and more personalized information to the audience.
So it's basically the next level of likes. Say right now everybody's looking at likes and subscribers. So in the future they could look at how much horror there is, or how much laughter there is, or humor. Like you can actually measure. There'll be an index of laughter, an index of horror, an index of sadness for every movie.
Of course, the technology is one thing. The benchmarking and the database is still under construction. So that's also why we are at Cannes, indeed, to indicate, okay, we have the technology, we need partners to build up that knowledge, because the real knowledge will be in the benchmarking, of course. And indeed, that would be the next step, because as a psychologist, we know that people, and we really experience that people are not always aware, so of how they react, what do they feel, and likes, indeed, that's a very rational process. You ask people to like if they like something, but like how you react is not under your control. So you can create much more impact if you if you make your decision as a creative based on those reactions, because they are real, they are genuine. People cannot fake that. At least not in a group. Maybe one individual can fake a laugh, but if you see that 50% of the audience is laughing at that specific moment, yeah, that must be true. That's the real reaction.
I think you're working on technology that's really going to change the world, and if you can, it's going to go much deeper than what people. I mean, people don't want to reveal their emotions, but probably even that won't stay a secret anymore. Pleasure talking to you, Jelle, and looking forward to seeing you at Cannes. When is your talk at Cannes? When are you speaking?
Yes, so I'm speaking at the session Size Matters, Attention, Emotion and Storytelling. It's cinema, is it called? And it's at 10:45, the 19th of June, so the Monday, the first day of the conference in the Debussy Theatre.
Great. So everybody make a note of that, and make sure you attend this absolutely path-breaking talk by Jelle De Manet.
Yeah.
Thank you, De Manet. Thank you, Jelle.